Hello everyone, welcome to our final game of the penultimate day of the IWBF Men's Repechage 2026 as we get closer on the road to Ottawa, Canada. Earlier on today, Iran books their spot. And tomorrow on the crossover day, it will be another three that will make it to the World Championships. Can the Netherlands be one of those teams, or will Korea be one of those sides? Maybe both of them might head to Canada this summer. We will wait and see. A warm afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are across the world. John Hobbs on hand as we get set for our final game on the penultimate day of action here in Suphanburi in central Thailand for the IWBF Men's Repechage Tournament. Korea and the Netherlands is your matchup here today. Our starting fives, starting with Korea, who of course defeated Thailand in their opening game. They of course had a forfeit win yesterday against Venezuela. As Junsun Kwak, Kong Dil Yang, Seong Hyun Cho, Sang Yo Kim, and Byung Jae Lee will start it off for Korea. For the Netherlands, who also defeated Thailand in their, technically their second game. It was their opener of this tournament. They started out with their forfeit victory over Venezuela. They'll be starting with Frank de Jong, Robin Pogenvish, Anil Chehil, Haiseven and Ari Tvig. Both teams with a lot of firepower off their bench as well. Most notably for Korea, Young-Joo Lee, an X-Factor style player who can get it done at both ends of the floor. And for the Netherlands, Boris van Huynink, who of course had an exceptional game in that win over Thailand. 11 points in the second quarter, paving the way for a big win for the Dutch. Our three officials assigned this contest from Croatia, Greece and Australia. Dimitrios Zilas from Greece, Krunoslav Pajic from Croatia and Ethan Lloyd from Australia. Well, hello to everyone watching on the IWBF YouTube channel. It's been great to have you on board here today. Of course, it's not just the men's repechage ongoing, but the women's repechage into its penultimate day over in Spain. Some competitive action going on in the women's repechage as the World Championships will be hosting both the men's and women's tournaments. The direct qualifiers for the men's World Championships: Morocco, Australia, Japan, the United States, of course, who are the world champions, Argentina, Colombia, Great Britain, Italy, Germany, Spain, Turkey, and of course hosts Canada as we get set to start. And straight away, a score from Junsun Kwak. Netherlands caught sleeping early, and within 9 seconds, Korea get their first field goal of the contest. Here is Tvig. Even. 6 to shoot for the Dutch. Tvig under great pressure from Cho. And the rebound taken by Gildong Yang. Here is Cho. Sung Hyun Cho rattles in a three. And Korea out to a quick 5-0 start. Ari Tvig. Heiss even trying to get open, but had his path blocked by Gildong Yang, who commits his first foul of the contest. Even spreads it to Tvig. 7 to shoot. Even fading away. Short and rebounded by Sung Hyung Cho. Yang. Cho. Cho gets to the foul line, puts up a mid-range. That's short, rebounded Tvig. And a foul called as Sung Young Kim fouls Heiss Even. Well, the Netherlands yet to get off the mark, nearly 2 minutes into the first period. Here is Tvig. And a foul on the floor as Tvig was going to look to unleash Robin Pogenvish to the basket, but fouled on the floor. So the Netherlands will get the ball back and a 14 on the clock. Here is Heiss Even. Tvig. Tvig to Even, no hesitation, gets the friendly bounce. And the Netherlands off and running after missing their first 2 shots, and an offensive foul is called, so the men in orange will get the ball back. Heiss Even. Looking for Pogenvish, but finds Tvig instead. De Jong sets the screen. There is Pogenvish, the trailer. No, rebounded De Jong. And the Dutch can reset. Tvig is wide open. That hits the back iron, and it's rebounded by Gildong Yang. Here is Kim. Yang again. Cho has it. Lovely pass from Cho, and the finish from Bong Jung Lee. Korea now out to a 7-2 start. They started a little slowly against Thailand on the opening day, but as the game progressed, found their stride. But right now off to a great start here against the Netherlands. Here is Tvig with the shot clock in single figures. Heiss Even. That's long. De Jong couldn't hold on to the rebound. Now the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Netherlands. Korea not happy with the call, but they will get into their defensive set. Tvig, Even, these two linking up nicely in the early going, and the score from Heiss Even. Sung Yeol Kim, Yang, here is Cho. Sung Hyung Cho looking to drive to the basket, goes to the reverse. He was under pressure from Tvig, a whistle has gone. And Korea will keep it. First foul on Robin Pogenvish. Cho. Cho, methodical in his approach. Launches a three, in and out, rebounded Pogenvish. Even. There is Tvig. Even a mid-range. Netherlands' offense almost exclusively going to one end of the wing to the foul line and hoping for mid-range shots from there. As Korea get another score, as Kim this time the beneficiary, 9-4. As we are past the 4-minute mark in the first period, here in our final game of day 3. Even zips it to Tvig. Anil Chahil was wide open there, shot clock down to 3, turned over, and away come Korea. It's been a great start by the Asian side. As Gildong Yang comes out, spreads it wide to Kim. Sung-Yol Kim with 5 to shoot, drives to the basket all alone. Time out Netherlands. What a start to this contest by Korea. 5 of 8 from the floor, and they have an 11-4 lead over the Netherlands. Unselfish teamwork, patient offense. And Korea reaping the rewards early doors here against the Dutch. And a wise timeout by Peter van Noord. Just calming his team down. It's not been the best of starts, but they will no doubt look to reinvigorate themselves out of this timeout. At the moment, going just 2 of 8 from the floor and falling victim to an efficient Korea side here at the present moment. So the Netherlands get us back underway. What can they provide out of the timeout? It's not been the best of starts for the Netherlands. Still early doors though. Ari Tvig, perfect response. Only their 3rd field goal as Even hits the deck. Kwak, here is Lee into the game for the first time. Gives it up, shot is no good from Sang-Yol Kim. And here come the Netherlands again. They get the stop they wanted. Here is Poginvish pulling the strings. Tvig. There is Poginvish, just about collects it. 4 to shoot though for Robin Poginvish. What a pass to De Jong, and De Jong under heavy traffic gets it to fall. And a turnover as Jung-Sung Kwak turns it over. Here is Even. Even goes up, no good. Rebounded by Yun. Here is Young-Jo Lee, who was excellent against Thailand in their opener, as a foul is called under the basket. And it will send Sang-Yol Kim to the foul line. Rebound taken, and the ball will go out of bounds. So Korea keep it. 3:23 to play here in the first period. 12-8 in favour of Korea. Here is Lee. 8 to shoot for Youngjo Lee. Korea have got to get busy here as Kim launches, misses, rebounded even. And all the noise coming from the Dutch bench as Pogenvish brings it up. Again, patient build-up with Pogenvish pulling the strings. Svig in his favourite spot, agonisingly falls out. Here is Lee. Lee still has it, 10 to shoot. Korea's offense a little static here. Kim throws it up, that's off to the left. Pogenvish now has it. Not the best offense there from Korea. Everyone not moving around, trying to get free. Everyone wanting the ball as was. Falling away and hitting his heights even. And now the Netherlands look to be in business. Kwak. Yun. Suk Young Hun throws it out of bounds. Netherlands possession with 1:48 to play in the first. And substitutions coming in as Sung Hyung Cho checks back into the game, as does Bong Jung Lee. Pogenvish. Svig gets it from even. Svig driving to the basket, kicks it out. Lovely pass inside. Too strong from Svig. Second attempt, no. Korea all over him under the basket. Netherlands keep it with 1:24 to play and 12 on the clock. Even. Svig, 5 to shoot. Svig hits a 2. And we're tied up at 12. And that Dutch timeout earlier on certainly igniting the Netherlands. Whatever Peter van Noort said to his side, it's worked. Shot is off. On the follow, though, is good from Kim. Final minute of the first. Been a very open first 10 minutes here thus far. Both teams given a lot of freedom to run their sets. As Even fires away and gets it to drop. Shot clock is off. Gildong Yang has it. Yang gets it back. The open man is Cho. Pogenvish meets him. Cho gets round him. There is Yang at the foul line. That's off. Ball is loose, final seconds. Yang throws it up, is no good. And that'll do it for a very exciting first 10 minutes here in our final game of day 3. And it's all knotted up at 14 apiece. Sung Yo Kim leading the way for Korea with 7 points at the moment. Sung Hyung Cho on 3. A couple of players on 2 points for Korea. Heis even, the high man for the Netherlands, 8 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Ari Tvig has 4. Those two have linked up sublimely in the first quarter. But we are all square at 14 apiece here in our final game of day 3. As tomorrow we have the crossover games as the final 3 spots are determined for the Men's World Championships taking place in Ottawa, Canada. Earlier on today, Iran clinched their ticket to Canada in the summer by beating Poland. Poland will have to settle for tomorrow's crossover game where they will take on Thailand. Of course, for all the information on which crossover games are happening, both in the men and the women, keep it locked on the IWBF social media channels. And of course, check out IWBF.org for all the information as the road to Canada, the road to Ottawa, gets ever closer. As Van Hunik starts the second quarter straight away, is given the green light but misses the 2. And here is Sung-Yo Cho. Cho dancing with it. Lovely pass inside. What a finish. Great offense from Korea, and what a find from Cho as Bong Jung-yi with the score. Tvig, a 2, gets it to go over Kim. Well, 2 very exciting teams, certainly playing to their strengths at the moment. As Kim at the other end gets it to go. Might have been scored on at the other end, but paid it back with a score for Korea. Here is Van Hunik. There is Pogenvish. Van Hunik. Pogenvish, there is Tvig, there is Van Hunik. Good catch, too strong though, under the hoop. So much noise, so much energy coming from that Korea bench. Here is Cho. Cho lets fly and banks it home. Korea right now shooting 47% from the field. Quentin Zuntinger at the foul line is money. Sung-Yo Cho goes for 3, short, rebounded Pogenvish. Rebound number 3 for Pogenvish, who just slows and puts on the brakes. There is Tvig. Tvig misses everything. However, that will be a Dutch ball, as a bit of a miscommunication there between Jun-So Kwak and Sung-Yo Cho. Tvig. Van Hunik goes to the basket, nearly got a 3-point play. Instead, the youngster will head to the stripe. What an introduction he had yesterday in the win over Thailand, playing his basketball this season in Germany. as he misses the first, though. There's Van Huynink. Will get another bite of the cherry as one of the Korea players went into the paint a bit too quickly. And that's going to be a violation. Korea will get the ball back anyway. Early doors in the second period. Korea have a 20-18 advantage, but Netherlands certainly getting into their groove now after a slow start. Here is Cho. Sung-Hyo Cho with 6 to shoot. In a bit of trouble, gets free, bounce pass. Lee buries it. Excuse me, that was Jung-Soo Kwak. Tvig free, money. Instant response from the Dutch. 1 point game. Cho nearly responded in kind with a 3 for Korea. That was in and out. Here is Tvig, same spot, but Kim is all over him. Pogenvish trying to break free, as is Zontinger. 9 to shoot. Tvig now a 3, and that one's short. And Kim collects the rebound. And a whistle has gone. As referees trying to, oh dear. There you go, Demetrius Salas, there, our Greek referee. Not exactly his 5 minutes of fame there, eh? As we reset, and the Dutch get us back underway with Quentin Zantinger. Here is Tvig. Van Huynink, double teamed, turns it over. Here is Cho. Lee is breaking away on the other side. Cho decides to go it alone, and he'll go to the line for a couple. Attacking the basket with intensity, even though Byung-Jung Lee was wide open. Well, Korea have really been an exciting team to watch in this men's repechage. A team that does like to break out in the open floor, but mainly relies on a solid half-court game. They can be very methodical, but they don't use their transition game at the best of times. But when they do, they are so exciting to watch. Not a bad three-point shooting team either, as we've seen in this repechage. Tvig dumps it off. Zontinger is blocked from behind by Cho. Quentin Zontinger wanted an open lane. He wanted a foul as well, but referee's not interested. Here is Zontinger, goes for 3. That's off the back iron and rebounded by Kim. And an offensive foul called on Byung-Jung Lee. That'll be an offensive foul. And his second personal. Timeout has been called with A little under halfway to go now in the second period here at the IWBF Men's Repechage. Lots more action still to come, not just tomorrow here in Suphanburi, but also as well in the women's repechage. As, of course, when this game ends, the women's repechage will still be ongoing as the road to Ottawa getting ever so closer for the women's sector of the draw as well. There's Algeria, the United States, Brazil, China, Japan, Great Britain, and world champions the Netherlands will join host nation Canada in the women's event. As mentioned earlier, Morocco, Japan, Australia, Great Britain, Italy, Germany, Spain, Turkey, Colombia, Argentina, world champions the United States will join host nation Canada in the men's draw. And of course, earlier on today, Iran punched their ticket to Ottawa with a win over Poland. Brazil beating Senegal in our second game of the day. Cristiano Clemente with 7 3-pointers in that win. Here is Tvig. Zuntinger. Van Hunink goes glass. Loves to use the window, Boris Van Hunink. Gildong Yang. Sung Hyung Cho. Lovely pass again, and free throws incoming for Bongjong Lee. As said, when Korea get out onto the open floor, such an exciting team to watch and so confident in their ability. And they move without the ball absolutely sublimely. We have seen a few instances where they've been a bit static, but when they space the floor, when they move the ball, they are such a fun team to watch. As the ball is loose, Quentin Zuntinger has it. Zuntinger now looking to push. Here is Tvig. 4:30 to play in the half. There is Van Hunink. Again the midi, but that one's no good from the other side. Rebounded by Gildong Yang, and here is Sung Yo Cho. Cho still has it. There is Yang again. Cho methodical. Lee cutting to the basket. Can't get the finish though. Tvig the rebound. Poganvish. Van Hunink. There is Tvig on the catch and shoot. And again, we have a basket malfunction. And this time it's up to the Korean players to get the job done. Demetrius Zelis doesn't want to try again, I guess. And this time, Korea get the job done. It's almost a highlight in itself, isn't it? Jung Seo Kwak. Gildong Yang, here is Cho. Cho to Kim. Lovely patient build-up play again, but this time it's missed. Inside by Lee. Tvig. Both teams shooting at around 40% from the field here in this first half. There is Zuntinger, all the time in the world, but misses the two. Kwak. Cho. And a whistle has gone before Cho could get his three-point attempt off. All tied up at 25, 2:54 to play in a very even first half. Not really much to separate these two sides, not just with the scoreline, but if you look at the box score overall. Netherlands, a very quick team, but haven't scored in transition in this contest, whereas Korea have scored 6 points on the fast break. Here is Youngjo Lee with 5 to shoot. Kwak under the basket, great defense from Pogenvish, and that'll be a Dutch ball as it last came off Min Seo Kim. Min Seung Kim into the game for the first time and commits the turnover as Pogenvish orchestrating. Van Hunik puts it in. Boris Van Hunik now with 4 points. Ari Tvig leading the way with 11. Here is Cho. Kwak. Cho lets rip and hits. Game tied at 27. That score from Van Hunik before their basket from Korea was the Netherlands' first lead of the game. Pogenvish right down the middle, uncontested. A minute and 40 to play. Cho still has it. Tvig putting the pressure on. Here is Lee. 6 to shoot for Youngjo Lee. There is Kim. In traffic, gets it to go and one. Sung-Yo Kim with 2 orange jerseys all over his grill. And he'll go to the line for a bonus. Game tied again at 29. Chance for Korea to take the lead, which they duly convert. 5 of 7 from the charity stripe for Korea in this first half. Pogenvish again puts on the brakes. Van Hunik. There is Tvig, who has 11 for the Netherlands. Stays on 11, ball batted around like a hot potato. Here is Pogenvish. Van Hunik lets rip again. No. Rebounded Kim. And away come Korea again. Cho. Kwak wide open. That's off. And rebounded by Van Hunik. And a whistle has gone. Referee calls for calm. It's an offensive foul, so the Netherlands will get the ball back. Foul called on Sung-Hyo Cho. Foul number 2 for Cho, who averaged 17 points a game in the recent Asia-Oceania Championships, which took place in nearby Bangkok. Tvig a 3. And can't get that one to bounce. As Lee has it. 28 seconds left in the half. 13-second or 10-second differential between shot and game clock here. Cho accelerating to the basket. There is Lee, met by Van Hunik. Shot clock winding down. Cho throws it, doesn't get it to go. Lee there on the follow. 3-point lead for Korea. The noise deafening from the Korean bench. Both teams with no fouls to give here. So that's, in fact, excuse me, the Netherlands with no fouls to give. Korea now in the penalty. So that'll send Quentin Zuntinger to the stripe. A player that's made incredible progress in his national team career. Another fascinating, no-nonsense style player. A key part of the starting five in Sarajevo back in October at the European Championships. And a timeout has been called by Jung-Moon Kim for Korea with seconds left in the half. But it's been a really exciting first 20 minutes. Lots of great action, lots of highlights. A brilliant advert for this wonderful game, and what's been brilliant to see through this repechage is so many people enjoying the action here in Thailand. Lots of new faces on the YouTube page, and lots of people watching at home, many of whom are watching for the first time. It is a joy to have you on board and joining us here from Suphanburi in Thailand. Of course, the IWBF World Championships, the showpiece, the flagship event taking place in Ottawa, Canada from September 9th to the 19th. Of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the IWBF YouTube channel. Of course, the IWBF has its zones as well, both in Europe, Asia and Oceania, the Americas and Africa. Lots of great action from all over the world, year in, year out. As the final seconds tip by, that ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a Netherlands ball in Korea's half, as no one touched it from one end to the other. And now Peter van Noord wants a timeout for the Netherlands. Obviously, with 2 seconds left, wisely Peter van Noord wants to set a play to at least chip away at the Korean lead, or even tie the game going into the half. Ari Tvig with 11 points, 5 of 14 though from the field. He's played every minute thus far. Netherlands have been running mainly with a 7-man rotation. With Quentin Zuntinger and Boris van Huynink, the players off the bench. Korea a little more spread in their bench. They've only been running with 8 players on their roster, but as the game winds down, you might see more new faces to the contest. 2.8 to play. There is Van Huynink. He can't get it to go, and that'll do it for the first half here in Thailand in our final game of the penultimate day of the IWBF Men's Repechage, our final game before the crossovers commence tomorrow to bring a close to this fantastic event. And right now it's Korea that have a 32-30 advantage over the Netherlands, but it's a fairly even contest, lots to play for in the second half, as Sang Yong Cho leads the way. Excuse me, not Sang Yo Cho, Sang Yo Kim leads the way with 12 points, 5 of 8 shooting. And for the Dutch, as mentioned earlier, Ari Tvig has 11 for the men in orange. It's half-time here in Suphanburi, and we'll be back in around 10 minutes' time. Welcome back to the IWBF Men's Repechage. We are getting set for the second half here in the Suphanburi Indoor Stadium, as Korea hold a slender 32-30 advantage over the Netherlands. A warm hello to everyone watching on the IWBF YouTube channel. John Hobbs on hand to guide you through the events of the third and fourth quarter. And if the first half was anything to go by, we are in for a treat. The Netherlands led by Ari Tvig, who has 11 points, albeit on 5 of 14 shooting. A lot of the offense running through him. He has played all 20 minutes for the Netherlands. For Korea, they are led by Sang-yul Kim, who is Korea's main offensive threat under the basket, a strong inside presence, and he has certainly made his presence felt in this contest. But Korea have spread the floor very well. They've run out in transition and they've attacked the Netherlands, showing no fear against their European counterparts. 18 of their 32 points have come in the paint. They've scored 6 points in transition, whereas the Netherlands have only scored 8 points inside and have scored 2 points on the fast break, doing a lot of their damage in the mid-court. Well, we're going to get set now to start the third period. The Netherlands in their infamous orange, ready and waiting. Of course, they're compatriots of the women's team. The current European champions have already secured their spot for the World Championships in Ottawa as winners of the World Championships in Dubai, and of course European champions last November in Sarajevo, beating Great Britain in the women's final. The men would love to join their teammates in Canada, but they have to win their crossover game tomorrow and finish strong here against Korea. As Cho, the mid-range is long, that's rebounded by Tvig. Pogenvish. Pogenvish is fouled by Byung-Jun Lee. And that's foul number 3 for the number 44. Pogenvish. Shot clock now in single figures for the Netherlands. Van Hunik driving, lovely pass from Van Hunik, and the finish from Zuntinger. The wrap-around pass from Van Hunik was absolutely sublime, and the game is tied at 32. The youngster with a bit of razzle-dazzle, as we're tied up at 32. And now Korea get their offense going with Gildong Yang, and here is Cho. Cho to Kim. Kim wants the shot, takes the shot long. Pogenvish can't hang on. Zuntinger there to clean up the loose change. Tvig. Tvig to Van Hunik. Referee not interested in the foul. There is Tvig with 4 to shoot. Van Hunik was all... Well, he was defended heavily by Sang-yul Kim. 1.2 on the clock. They've got to get busy here. Van Hunik doesn't get that one to go. Gildong Yang, Sun Yeo Cho. A mid-range, no. Rebounded Pogonvish, who collects his 5th rebound. Pogonvish right down the middle. Tvig on the wing, goes to the basket and banks it home. And the Netherlands have just their 2nd lead of the game. Gildong Yang. Cho. Yang again at the top. Pass deflected and reclaimed by the Netherlands. Van Hunik is on the deck. And Korea reclaim it. Cho. Cho, another mid-range. This time he connects. There is a few Korea fans here inside the Suphanburi Stadium. And they're making their voices known as a whistle has gone. And it'll be 2 shots for Avi Tvig, who is currently on 13 points. This will be his first trip to the stripe today. Tvig misses the first. Led the Dutch in scoring at the IWBF European Championships in Sarajevo in October. 17 points a game. Was actually the only Dutch player to score more than 100 points in that tournament. Of course, the Netherlands on life after one of their all-time leading scorers, Mendel Optenert. Cho. There is Kwak under the basket. Doesn't get that to fall. On the follow, though, was Kim. It was a really tough layup there from Jung-Soo Kwak. Unlucky not to get the finish. Here is Tvig. Tvig swings it to Van Hunik. Van Hunik to Pogonvish. And Pogonvish with the 2. More of a facilitator, but when under the basket, almost automatic. Only his 2nd field goal of the game, Robin Pogonvish. Here is Cho. Cho to Kim. 5 to shoot. Defense is pure from Pogonvish, and Van Hunik collects. And now Van Hunik now surveying what's before him. One look at the basket, no hesitation. A 3-point lead for the Dutch, their biggest of the contest. Biggest lead for either team has been 7 points. That's an offensive foul. And the Netherlands have the momentum. As Sung Yeo Kim and Anil Chihil has just caught up at mid-court, and the Dutch will get their possession off and running. As Youngjo Lee into the game for Korea. Here is Tvig. Tvig to Van Hunik. Van Hunik, no good. Rebound is, well, the ball was loose. And Korea will get possession. Suk-Hyung Jung is also into the game for the first, or excuse me, for the second spell for him. Had a brief cameo in the first half. Cho. Cho now from the elbow, gets it to go off the window. Korea shooting 43% from the field. Offensive foul on the Netherlands. It's on Quentin Zontinger. Now Zontinger on 4 fouls. Here is Lee. There's a 2 from Cho. Well, we know about his scoring exploits if you were watching the Asia-Oceania Championships. Now he's given Korea the lead again. A quick-fire 4-0 run for the Asian side. Pogenvish with 4 to shoot. The Netherlands have got to get busy. There is Mustafa Korkmaz, who splashes in a mid-range. Cho, a 3, short, rebounded Korkmaz. Here is Tvig. Tvig puts in a long 2, no, it's a 3. No, the referees have deemed it a 2-pointer. Yunjo Lee. Kwak. Cho. Inside to Yun. The Netherlands want a 3-second call, but Yun puts in the 2. Oh, it's getting intense out there. Both teams trading baskets, trading physicality, attitude. They want that place in Ottawa. Tvig, Pogenvish with one hand and a foul. What a brilliant sequence of events from both teams. Exactly what wheelchair basketball represents and what it's all about. Referees want to have a look at the monitor. It might be to determine whether that shot from earlier was a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer. Ari Tvig hit that shot. Or it could be to see who the foul was on. We are quite far away from where the court is, so we are just seeing what is going to transpire here, as we still have a game delay at the moment. In fact, I think it might have been to see who the foul was on with that basket from Pogenvish. Everyone almost kind of on tenterhooks here as to what's going to transpire once we get play back underway. Our 3 officials from Croatia, Greece and Australia. And Pogenvish patiently waiting at the foul line. as Mustafa Korkmaz just being ushered to assistant coach Haj Banya. And so that shot from Ari Tvig was deemed a 2-pointer, not a 3-pointer. That's what the call was. That shot from earlier, which we thought might have been a 3, was actually deemed a 2-pointer. So it's 45-42, not 46-42. And as play restarts, Pogonvish misses the free throw for the 3-point play opportunity, and Sukyung Yun makes it a 1-point game under the basket. Tvig. And a foul called as Tvig got past Yun and Young clipped him. As Korea now in the penalty with that foul along the perimeter. The Netherlands still with plenty of fouls to give as Tvig goes to the line and rattles in the first. Well, it's been an action-packed third quarter, exactly how the first half was. Lots of incident, lots of great highlights. Incredible wheelchair basketball being played at the most elite of levels by these two brilliant teams as Cho, the up and under, agonizingly drops out. Pogonvish with the rebound, and a whistle has gone. Korea in the penalty, so Robin Pogonvish will head to the charity stripe. Foul called on Cho. And that'll be Sung Young Cho's second foul. The Netherlands, before that from Pogonvish, were 3 of 9 from the stripe. Now they're 4 of 10. Conversely, Korea are very efficient, 5 of 7, making their free throws count. Pogonvish splits the free throws. Yunjo Lee. Cho. Cho still, Lee still has it. 5 to shoot. Van Huning with brilliant defense. Korea have got to get something up. And it's a shot clock violation met by raucous roars from the Dutch bench. That's Korea's 10th turnover in this contest. The Netherlands' ball security has been absolutely first class. Just 4 turnovers in this game, and they have a 3-point lead. Van Huning. Korkmaz didn't read the pass. You can make that turnover number 5 now. We'll talk about ball security. That wasn't in the playbook for sure. Substitutions as Cho comes out, Kim comes in for Korea, the number 39. Lee, no hesitation, in and out, rebounded by Pogonvish, and here is Tvig. Korkmaz, the trailer. Korkmaz is fouled. There's Mustafa Korkmaz, another veteran of this Dutch team of Turkish descent, actually born in Bremen in Germany. And during these championships, during this repechage. My co-commentator Josh Bett met up with Mustafa Korkmaz alongside Anil Cahill, and some fun Instagram games of what wheelchair basketball phrases are meant in Turkish, which was pretty interesting to watch as Kim drove to the basket, and now he'll go to the line. Sung-Yo Kim having a great game thus far for Korea. 14 points, 7 rebounds. Now 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Korea, a renowned free throw shooting team. Very good from the charity stripe, making those 3 points count. I'm not a dealer in superstition. That's nothing to do with me as he splits the foul shots. Here is Kwak. Lee. 5 to shoot now for Korea. Kim. No. Ball is loose. Lee comes up with it, and a foul is called. Korkmaz has a confused look on his face. But it's Mustafa Korkmaz who is adjudged to have fouled Kwak under the basket. And that's only his first foul, but the Netherlands now with no more fouls to give. And a simple out-of-bounds play turns into more free throws for Korea as the Netherlands were caught ball watching. It's great to have all the comments coming in on the IWBF YouTube channel. And it's been a fascinating encounter between these two brilliant teams. Here is Poganvish. Van Hunik will go to the line, and both teams now almost living at the foul line in this third period. As Van Hunik at the stripe strings the first. As said, great to get so many comments on the IWBF YouTube channel. Lots of Korea fans. Of course, it's the early evening in South Korea, and it's around lunchtime in the Netherlands. There's more substitutions coming in for Korea as Lee comes out and Gildong Yang come in. Cho. A minute to play in the third. Here is Kwak. Cho. Cho. Looking for the shot, doesn't get it to go. And there on the follow is Yang. 8 second chance points for Korea in this game. Tvig. Van Hunik. Van Hunik drives to the cup. The Netherlands hanging on to their lead. Whatever Korea are throwing at them, the Netherlands now are responding. Yang. Cho. Yang is wide open. Cho now being met by Van Hunik. 6 to shoot, 8 on the game clock. Cho, they've got to do something here, Korea, but so patient, and Korkmaz is adjudged to have fouled Lee. And with 2.2 on the game clock for the third period, Korea will go to the foul line. Second foul on Mustafa Korkmaz. Byung-Young Lee at the line. And the victory lap was not kind on the first free throw as he misses the first. 2.2 seconds left, so if he makes this, which he does, the Netherlands will have to get it quickly over the half court if they want a good shot. And Tvig decides against it, and that'll do it for the third period. And it's all to play for. Just 3 points in this one. But Korea, having led for the vast majority of the first half, find themselves behind going into the fourth and final period here in our final group game of the IWBF men's repechage before the crossover games happen tomorrow. Netherlands with a 51-48 advantage, led by Ari Tvig, who has 17 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. The Netherlands as a team shooting just over 47% from the field, 17 points off their bench, and they've only run 8 deep in this game, with Mustafa Korkmaz seeing his first minutes of the game in that third period. For Korea, Sung-hyo Cho and Sang-hyo Kim certainly the main offensive juggernauts for the Asian side. They both have 15 apiece. Kim has 7 rebounds as well. But the Netherlands have done well to limit transition points for Korea. Korea with 0 points on the fast break in that third period. And Young-Woo Kim, the head coach of Korea, will certainly be telling his guys to get the energy levels up and really get at the Netherlands and attack the basket with confidence and use the floor to your advantage. We saw so many glimpses of that in that first half, but the Netherlands have certainly had the better of the third period, outscoring Korea 21-16 as we enter the fourth period here in Suphanburi and the International Stadium, the football stadium right next door in this impressive facility with the university close by. And the weather has been extraordinary all week long here in central Thailand. If you're a fan of 40-degree weather, this is certainly the place to be, and the action heating up here as well on the court, as Van Hunik has 12 to shoot. There is Tvig. There is a score for the Netherlands, and they are now increasing their lead. Tvig now has 19. Cho. Cho to Kwak, grazes the rim. Pogenvish, Tvig. Tvig to Van Hunik. Back to Tvig, lovely give and go. Korkmaz can't finish. Here is Yang, Cho. Kwak gets it back. Gets a bit closer to the basket. Van Hunik there anticipating where the pass was going, and now Pogenvish with room service. The lead balloons more. 7-point lead for the Netherlands. Korea starting to fade. Kwak can't get it to go. Offense getting stagnant now for the Koreans. It's pretty much the same for the last 3 possessions. Here is Tvig. Tvig, Van Hunik gets it to go and one. The Netherlands rejuvenated in this second half and off to a flyer here in the early stages of the fourth period. And the referees just want to have a chat. Ethan Lloyd, our crew chief from Australia, now having a chat with Haj Banya, the assistant coach. And now they're going to go to the monitor. Our standby official there, Alex Lapointe from Canada, on the screen, as they're just having a look to see there was something that caught their eye. So it'll be one shot. Foul will be called on Sung-Yo Cho. And a timeout has been called by Korea early doors here in this fourth and final quarter here in Suphanburi. Well, we thank you all for joining us on the IWBF Europe, IWBF YouTube channel. Of course, lots of great action still to come once the games are done here today. The IWBF Women's Repechage continues to excite. Lots of incredible wheelchair basketball action on this great YouTube channel. Spain and France currently doing battle in Madrid in Spain. Thailand, Argentina, Colombia, Angola also yet to start in the women's repechage. That'll be taking place later on tonight. As both teams come back onto the court, Van Huynink will now go to the line. Great to see so many Korea fans enjoying the action. Wherever you are across the great nation of South Korea, great to have you all on board as Van Huynink misses the extras. And here is Cho. Pogenvish splashes it out of his hands. Ball is loose. Korea still have it. Bit of a wild offense here. The defense is suffocating. Lee under the basket. No. Rebounded Twig. Pogenvish. There is Van Huynink, who cannot hang on. But the pressure certainly getting to Korea here at the moment. The offense has not been as regimented, not been as patient as they want it to be, and a lot of loose balls, a lot of missed shots, a lot of bad passing. Yun inside, offensive foul. That's going to be on Suk Young Young. That'll be foul number 2 on him. And Yumu Kim, the head coach, is bringing in reinforcements as Mitsung Kim comes into the game for Korea, as does Sang-Yul Kim. Min-Sung Kim, the number 25, has only played a couple of minutes in this game. Maybe he can invigorate something within this Korea side, because at the moment they trail by 9. Chance for the first double-digit lead of the game. Van Huynink has it, goes to the glass, no good. Rebounded Cho. Rebound number 3 for Cho. Here is Lee, there is Cho at the other end. Again, turns it over. Korea's offense has stalled, it's frozen. But an offensive foul at the other end as Pogonvish, the guilty party. Only his first foul, though, of the contest. Cho. Cho swings it to the other side. Here is Youngjo Lee. Cho still has it. Cho a 2. The victory lap is kind for Cho. Here is Tvig. Van Hunik. Tvig again. Pogonvish has it with 5 to shoot. Tvig lets fly and hits! Second three-pointer for Ari Tvig. He has 22, and it's a double-digit lead for the Dutch. Biggest lead of the game. Cho. Cho with 5 to shoot. One-handed, one a pass. Quack just about gets it to fall. Korea not going to go away. They will fight as we have a player on the floor. It's Boris Van Hunik, and the Netherlands will reset. Tvig. Tvig to Van Hunik. Loves the mid-range shot, will look to it. Goes for it, long, rebounded Cho. Again, the Dutch with brilliant ball pressure. Korea just about get it over the timeline, but they turn it over again. Fourth turnover in this fourth period for Korea. Pogonvish. Tvig. 9 to shoot. Tvig looking for Van Hunik. Van Hunik cutting to the basket. Can't find him. Turns it over as Kim collects. But the Netherlands back in their defensive set so quickly. Lee. Lee to Cho. 5 to shoot. Cho, another turnover. Pogonvish now off and running. The layup, money. Double-digit lead restored. 4:01 to play. The Netherlands have outscored Korea 11-4 in this fourth period. Cho from the elbow, short. Tvig. And the Netherlands were looking to break out in the open floor. They've been so dangerous in the open floor in this second half. Tvig to Pogonvish. Korkmaz's favourite spot, in and out. And now Korea with Cho. It's 2-on-1 here. And Tvig deflects it out of bounds to the delight of the Dutch bench. As Mustafa Korkmaz will come out, Quentin Zuntinger will come in. And more substitutions for Korea, who've really rotated their bench frequently, as Gil Dong-yang and Jung Sung Kwak come in. Here is Kwak. Sang-Yo Kim, foul on the floor. It's only the second team foul for the Dutch, who joined Korea with 2 team fouls in this fourth period. 3:14 to play. There's the miss there from Yang. Great ball pressure under the hoop from the Dutch. Korea have certainly used that offensive play quite a lot, that out-of-bounds play, just going right to the open man under the hoop. Here is Tvig. Sweeps it to Van Hunik. Tvig is open. There he is, 2 to shoot. Short with the 3, rebounded by Kim. And the whistle has gone, 8-second violation. Korea with their 16th turnover in this game. And the Dutch on the bench having fun. Peter van Noord and Harsh Banya still all business. Screaming instructions from the bench. Here is Tvig. Van Hunik, Zuntinger. 4 to shoot. Van Hunik sets himself. Puts it up. Doesn't get it to fall as Gildong Yang with the defensive board. Korea, despite being behind, have out-rebounded the Netherlands 38 to 31 on the rebounding side as Cho airballs a 3. And the Dutch call a timeout. Their bench, the enthusiasm is very contagious as they look to build momentum ahead of tomorrow's crossovers. They want to join their female counterparts in Ottawa in September, excuse me. Of course, the Dutch women, the reigning world and European champions, also the Paralympic champions as well. For Korea, of course, they would love to be in Ottawa this summer as well. Australia and Japan, the 2 teams from the Asia-Oceania zones that have qualified for Ottawa. Of course, Great Britain, Italy, Germany, Turkey and European champions Spain have advanced to Ottawa through the European sector. .207 to play. Tvig. Van Hunik. 2 minutes to play. Zuntinger finds Tvig. Patient play from the Netherlands, passing it around, looking for the right shot. There is Van Hunik off the glass, too strong. And it's rebounded by Gildong Yang. Gildong Yang with rebound number 12 here this afternoon, but turns it over. Pogenvish has the ball. There is Van Hunik, and the foul is called a hard foul by Cho. And Van Hunik still on the floor, holding his head. Hope he's okay. He's still on the floor. And great sportsmanship being shown here by Sung-Hyo Cho, who straight away accepts responsibility and apologizes. Van Hunik, though, still on the floor. Well, they've called a regular foul. I think the Dutch bench are not happy with that call. Referees are just going to have another word. .132 to play. Van Hunik will step up and he'll go to the stripe, shaking off and dusting off the cobwebs after that hard foul, but he misses the first. Netherlands now 6 of 17 from the stripe here today. And the struggles continue. Van Hunik, though, with 12 points For the Dutch, here is Kwak. Cho. Lee in acres of space, but the Dutch get back. Cho still has it. 7 to shoot. And the ball is loose again. The Netherlands coming up with it. It's certainly a turnover fest. And the Dutch are feasting. A minute to play. They have a double-digit lead. It's a hard-fought victory, but a victory it should be. Van Huynink banks it home, creating more and more separation. As Korea again will get some substitutions in. Gil Dong-yang comes out. Yongjo Lee checks in. And Sang-Yor Kim comes out as well. And Suk-Hyung Young comes back in for Korea. 50.9 on the clock. And another whistle has gone. That's a foul on Pogonvish. Only his second foul. 48.1 seconds left. Yun. And now Young hits the deck. Zontinger can't believe it. I think that'll be Zontinger fouled out. Yes, he's done. Fenton Zontinger fouls out of the game. Mustafa Korkmaz will replace him. Zontinger 5 points, 2 rebounds. Give him an assist as well. Here is Cho. Yun. Entering the final 30 seconds. The defense for the Netherlands in this second half, absolutely fantastic. As they will get the ball back. It was a very, very close first half. Lots to play for. But a 13-4 fourth quarter has separated these two teams here today. And the Dutch, certainly the beneficiaries. There's only a second difference between shot and game. Tvig will let it roll. Korea confined to defeat. And that'll do it. The Netherlands with a 64-52 win. It wasn't easy. Korea really made them work for it. But as mentioned, a 13-4 fourth quarter, separating the two teams in the end. As both teams will now look to tomorrow's crossover to get them to the promised land of Canada in September. Ari Tvig with 22 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds leading the way. 11 of those points coming in the first half. Robin Pogonvish with 11 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. Just another day at the office for Robin Pogonvish. Boris Van Huynink continuing his flawless form in these Repechage events. He has 14 points in 30 minutes of action. For Korea, as said, stubborn, determined, spirited, great execution in the first half, but in the fourth quarter when it really mattered, the execution was lacking. Several turnovers proving to be their downfall. Sung-Young Cho leading the way with 17 points. Gil Dong-yang had 13 rebounds, but only 2 points. But a great effort from them, a brilliant game to bring a close to the penultimate day here in Thailand. It is crossover time tomorrow. Who will make it to Ottawa? Iran have already sealed their place. 3 more spots remain. Join us on the IWBF YouTube channel tomorrow. It's going to be brilliant watching, brilliant viewing. Join us and we will see you tomorrow. But don't forget the women's repechage in Spain still going on. So head over to what's going on in Madrid. But from me, John Hobbs, goodbye for now.